Down at SALT Leadership, is that how you say it?
Yeah,
I know it
Salt and
stands
Light
for
Leadership,
something,
yeah.
right? But what does it stand for?
Salt and Light Leadership
Salt
Training.
and Light Leadership
Yeah.
Training. Cool. Well, I'm with David Skidmore from Salt and Light Leadership Training. Definitely go check it out. Is it just at SALT?
Yeah, SALLT.com.
Right.
Yeah.
We know a lot of the same people, right?
Yeah.
Like we just seem to. I think I've seen you at EOT a bunch of times. Shout out to Todd for having an awesome spot.
Love you, Todd.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we know a lot of the same people, and this has probably taken too long. We should have done this a long time ago. But for people listening, I guess what is it that you do?
Yeah, I'm the creative director here.
Okay.
And so I get to lead our storytelling efforts.
Mm-hmm.
So whether that's in podcasting, whether that's in video, magazine,
mm-hmm.
just all of those different efforts. We'll have some stuff coming in music in the future as well. And so, just SALT traditionally was primarily just on the leadership training.
Yeah.
But now that we've had, 500 people go through,
Wow.
it's kind of like, well, this is a really cool opportunity to start telling some of the stories of
Right.
people who are impacting culture.
Yeah. And that's like, it's faith-based. And
Mm-hmm.
how long has
Yeah.
kind of SALT been going? And
Yeah, SALT. Yeah, I should know
Is
this
it a
as
while?
a storyteller.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I think SALT was founded 12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, check me on that, West Lane, if
Yeah.
you're listening. But yeah, I believe it was 12 years
And is
ago.
it Oklahoma City based?
Yes.
Okay. So for those 500 people that have gone through, it's like they're all metro area
Yeah.
kind of based.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Is it, when did you find out about SALT to think that I want to be here?
Yeah, I found out about SALT in 2015. Some of my friends were going through, and when they shared it with me, I was living in Tulsa at the time, Mike, and I was like,
Oklahoma City? What? I'm not
yeah,
moving out of
one,
Tulsa.
Oklahoma
There's
City,
no
I'm not
way.
doing that, and two,
Which is a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this doesn't sound like anything that I want to be part of.
Right.
And so, ironically at the time, and so now I'm working here. I told Wes that. I told Mike that when I started here, I was like, guys, this was not part of the plan.
It's supposed to be a satellite thing. It's supposed to be still in Tulsa, working out of my home office.
Starting PEPA, people empowering powerful people all over,
Right.
since we're doing acronyms. But I came through the program in 2016, and
Okay.
Dr. Nathan Meller was one of the facilitators then, along with Dr. Rennie Cook and Wes Lane. And the impact that those people had on my life was just so profound at the time.
Yeah.
And so now it's an honor to be here on the team.
And calling Oklahoma City home is still weird.
Oklahoma City is home.
Yeah?
Like it really is home. And I think a lot of it has to do with having gone through SALT.
Right.
Kind of the background of how that happened. I had been living in Tulsa, and my mom was dealing with cancer at the time. And so I went up to Boise, Idaho, and just spent time with her.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just going to be a quick visit, and ended up being a 5-month stay because she gradually got worse while I was there. And so then she passed away in June of 2016, which actually led towards me saying, well, I don't want to go back to Tulsa now. I love Tulsa, but I just felt like I needed something different. And one of my buddies, Kent, was like, hey, dude, you can come live here, check out SALT. And I was like, I don't know about SALT, but, it ended up being a great opportunity. And at the SALT retreat that I went to, I made 28 new friends. And those friends, a lot of them are really close to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's for... Well, I mean, for people listening that don't understand what SALT is, it's leadership training.
Yeah, it's leadership training.
Speaking and communicating and
and
kind of like everything like a pastor does, kind of, but
So
in business.
Yeah, there are a lot of different leadership programs that are going to focus on, these are the 5 leadership skills you should have.
Okay.
These are the 3 communication styles, or all of that. What SALT gets to, and what was interesting, I'd never been part of this conversation. I grew up Christian, grew up in the church as a pastor's kid. So I'm very close to it, right? Yeah. I like to say I survived it, and so it like. I had this idea of church, even though I said Jesus is part of life, and I understood that. At the same time, I can tell you, it was still kind of like I left him at church on Sundays.
Sure.
It wasn't that I was like just trying to wild out or anything like that. It was just like,
but it was so full on for you growing up around
like, and
it,
then
right?
then you're working in the week, and so like, what does that look like? What SALT did was it changed the conversation for me.
Okay.
And it started being a question of like, what does it look like to address some of the actual problems going on in your city?
Right. Yeah.
Are we talking about that?
Question to ask. Yeah.
Like what would it be like if Christians were known for what they were for instead of what they were against? And if you really believe God hasn't changed, how would that impact your life?
Sure.
And so for me, those questions really started challenging my faith and making me say, okay, I want to look at this differently. So I think of SALT as a little bit different from a lot of leadership training. Some leadership trainings talk about your personality style or, your leadership style.
Yeah.
SALT has a lot more focus on Christian leaders, people who really are trusting that God has made them and sent them to be part of the solution.
Okay.
And so what does that look like? And I think that that's the big question as leaders that they're trying to to look at. Yeah.
So it's been an interesting, I guess, 4 years you've been here then.
An amazing 4 years. I love Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this place. Great people.
Yeah.
Great impact. I didn't know some of the people, like Marcus Jackson, Les Thomas, who you interviewed.
Yeah.
Shout out Lemon Drop.
I still laugh at that. Oh, he loved that too.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
funny.
Yeah, so
I would
like,
love to see him when he explained talking about singing in,
he's so
I can't remember
talented.
what he was talking about, but singing where he was on deployment, I would have loved to be in that room.
Oh yeah,
Just to see the look on their face and have his general just like, that was really cool.
Yeah.
This dude.
He's incredible.
But, yeah.
Total legend. Yeah. But yeah, like now, 4 years later, Oklahoma City is just, it's a place that I really care a lot about. I think it's underrated and overlooked. But a lot of people are making changes here, and that's exciting.
I like the underrated, overlooked feeling, though. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's still like, oh, we're kind of still, even though people are starting to discover us and there's more national press coming in with, 21C or whatever it is that are getting into the news, it's still nice to have that underdog feeling, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it's
we know
kind
what
of
we have here.
Yeah,
no one's discovered it yet.
It's like March Madness, Cinderella team.
Sure.
Like who doesn't want to be a 16 seed or a 12 seed and pull off a big upset? So.